Osama bin Javaid joins us now at Jhelum River that flows from northern India into eastern Pakistan. Osama, good to see you. What's the situation right now? How many people are affected?
Well, Julie, in the last few minutes, we've spoken to the National Disaster Management Authority, which says that at least 1,200 people have been evacuated to safety. 18 villages have been affected and 3 are completely underwater. As you mentioned, there are a few people who are refusing to leave because this is the time where they're closer to harvesting their crop. Their livelihood is at stake because their livestock is where they are, and they want the government to assure them that if they leave, they will have something when they come back, or when they go to something, they will have some sort of sustenance because they do not want to leave their life belongings behind. As you mentioned earlier, Pakistani officials in the last 48 hours have been accusing India of releasing this water, hundreds of thousands of cusecs of water, into the Sutlej River and not informing the Pakistani authorities, which was their deal earlier according to bilateral agreements. Now that communication link has been established and both water commissioners are in touch with each other. But this monsoon deluge is nothing new. It happens every year. But what is happening this time around is that it is happening at the juncture where Pakistan and India are at one of their lowest points in relationship, and both countries accuse each other of weaponizing everything, including water.
And Osama, politically things, as you mentioned, are extremely tender. Has there been any attempt at an explanation as to why there was no warning?
We haven't heard from the Indian side yet. We've only heard the accusations from Pakistan. And there's a lot of diplomatic activity that is happening right now. And water has just become one more of those issues that have been added to the list in the last 24 hours. We've seen the US President Donald Trump speaking to leaders on both sides. Pakistani Prime Minister coming again, expressing his views on Twitter, saying that it is the fascist Nazi ideology that Pakistan and Kashmiris are facing in terms of the Indian government. So it is very, very tense between these two nuclear-armed neighbors. It is worth noting that because of these bilateral agreements, these governments are supposed to inform each other whenever there is rain. And it's like clockwork. It happens every year. When there is monsoon season, it is very hot, glacial ice melts, and India releases water. What is happening this time around is that probably that phone call or that email did not happen, and Pakistan has raised alarm bells. The military has issued statements that the water is still rising, and it has put its forces on the highest level of alert, not just on the borders, but also in places which are vulnerable to floods.
Osama bin Javaid there reporting for us. Osama, thank you.